What's up guys, it's Rosie. It's 19 minutes past 12 in the morning. We love that. My mum and my brother are most probably asleep. So let's do a video. Obviously, we've been in quarantine for like 3 weeks, so I'm slowly going mental and so obviously we've been in quarantine for like 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks? Wow. And I'm slowly going a little bit mad, and my sleeping schedule is just, it's messed up, it's non-existent. So I thought I'd do like a rating of the movies and series I've been watching, because that is my life at the minute. That is my life right now. That's it. All I do, watch movies and series. Since the start of Easter, which was last Monday, I've watched like 2 or 3 movies a night, which means I'm finishing these movies at like 2 in the morning. I thought I'd like rate them and like give a brief explanation of why I think it was really good or why I didn't. So first off, we have Goosebumps. I watched this film like a couple years back in October, and I remember being like really scared and like jumping and stuff. And I saw it was on Netflix, and the second one was as well, and I really wanted to watch that. So I watched it, and it wasn't scary, but there was like jump scares, and it was really like tense and entertaining. So I gave that a 6 or a 7 out of 10. The second one is obviously Goosebumps 2. I can't remember what I actually gave them. This is great. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I didn't think it was as good as the first one. I always think like the first film in like any sort of series is like the best, and they don't really get better. The third film I watched, which was still on the Monday, was I, Tonya. I had never heard of Tonya Harding, but this film looked really good, and it was about her life. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because there was moments where I was like angry and like upset, but there was like funny moments. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent film. I also started 2 series. I started Boy Meets World. I used to watch Girl Meets World when I was a little bit younger, and I've always wanted to watch the original. And I also started Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is hilarious, and I have no clue why I didn't start before now. Both of them I'd give 10 out of 10. So moving on to Tuesday, last week, I watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I grew up on Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It was amazing. I loved it. However, I rated it a 6 out of 10 because I just didn't find it as funny anymore. And then the second film I watched that night was Step Brothers, and I could watch that film literally over and over and over. It's one of my favourite films, so I rated it a 9 out of 10. Hilarious, funny, I could recite loads of scenes. It's just the best. Moving on to the Wednesday, I watched Divergent, which I fell in love in. What? I fell in love with. Someone's awake. So yeah, Divergent, I fell in love with it. It's now one of my favourite series, films, like ever. I love the Harry Potters, I love the Twilights, now I love the Divergents. So obviously that was a 9 or a 10 out of 10. It was amazing. That's all I need to say. And then straight after I watched the next one, Insurgent. I didn't think it was as good, but it was still amazing. So I gave that an 8 out of 10. And then on the Thursday, I watched the next one, the last one, Allegiant. And again, it wasn't as good. So I gave it a 6 out of 10, 6, 7 out of 10. But seriously, those films are amazing. Moving on to Saturday, I watched The Maze Runner, which again, I really fell in love with. I watched The Maze Runner about 2 years ago, and I thought it was amazing. And now I still thought it was great. I gave it an 8 out of 10 because it's not as good as Divergent. But it was still really good. It's just annoying that Netflix hasn't got the other ones on. Why did you do this to me? I want to watch the next ones. And then after Maze Runner, I watched 5 Feet Apart. And oh my goodness, I was in tears. I was in tears, literally sobbing. It's amazing. I love that film so much. 10 out of 10. I was so emotional. I don't cry at films. I never normally cry at films. And I was sobbing at like 1 a.m. sat in my bed just crying at this film. Now on to Sunday, I watched What Happened to Monday. It wasn't what I expected, to be honest. I don't know what I really expected. I thought they were all going to go out together, and then they just went out one by one. If you've watched the film, you know what I mean. It was good. There was tense moments, and there was like really good acting from the same girl playing so many different people. But it wasn't as good as I expected it to be. So I gave it a 5 out of 10. After What Happened to Monday, I watched All the Bright Places. It made me shed a tear. I didn't sob like 5 Feet Apart, but I rated it a 6 out of 10. Next, we're on to Monday, which I watched Beauty and the Beast. 9 out of 10. It's amazing. I know every single word to every single song. You just can't go wrong with Beauty and the Beast. It's amazing. And then on, why do I keep saying and then? And like all the time. Yes, Rosie, you do keep saying like, so please stop. I'm making a like count because of how much I say like. On Tuesday, I watched Shutter Island, which is a thriller, and it was really good. I loved it. I rated it a 9 or 8, 9 out of 10 because it was a thriller. I was mind blown. I still can't get my head around it. Whoever came up with that as a film idea is a genius. Moving on to Wednesday, we watched Prisoners, which is another thriller. And again, my mind was blown. However, I didn't think it was as good as Shutter Island. I rated it a 7 out of 10, mainly because it wasn't as good, but it was still confusing and twisted, and yeah. Now, yesterday, we're nearly at the end, guys. Thanks for sticking through. If you've got this far, thank you. But yeah, yesterday I watched A Quiet Place, which my dad told me to watch, and he said it was like really good and rather scary, but personally I don't think it was as good as he made out to be. Like, there was tense moments and there was jumps. I found it a little bit on the boring side because it wasn't like something happening all the time, like most horrors. So I rated it a 4, but that just might be me. I might be a bit picky on horror films. Who knows? And then after that, I watched a status. Why did I say that American? Wait, do we say status or status? Status. And then I watched Status Update. That sounds wrong. Status Update. That film with Ross Lynch in, and I fell in love with Ross Lynch again. The only reason why I rated it a 7 is because Ross Lynch is in it, and Ross Lynch is amazing. Yeah, it was funny, it was entertaining. So yeah, 7 out of 10. And that's it. I haven't watched one tonight because I've been reading. What's wrong with me? I can't read and I've been reading. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks if you got this far. You're very special and need a medal. Thank you. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs. I can't speak. It's so past my bedtime. What's the time? It's 5 to 2. This took me 2 hours. No wonder I can't speak. Update. It actually took 2 hours and a half with editing. So it's now 3:30. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if you have any ideas for me, because I am unoriginal and don't have any ideas. Thanks for watching. Maybe see you soon. Who knows?